I had just had my third little boy and I got a call from Kassie. She'd met a guy. Some bronc rider in a pickup man from Nebraska. And I was like, here we go. But she sent me a couple pictures and I was like, there's nothing to complain about. Like, we'll give this a chance. A couple weeks later, he came down to Russell Springs for the first time to meet the family. And I'm here to tell you, it's like we've known him for years. It took about 2 seconds for our boys to decide that Ryan Bestel surpassed every grandparent and aunt and uncle and was the coolest person they knew. And it was obvious that Kabri already had him wrapped around her finger. As Ryan took off down the driveway that first day, my dad looked at Kassie and said, if you screw this up, you are grounded. And he didn't even ground her over the Ranger that she drove into the pond, so that was saying something. Kassie Lee, I'm so grateful you found the most patient, caring, and loving man to stand by your side. And Ryan, thank you for loving my sister and my niece like they deserve to.
I'd been in Goodwell, he'd lived in Goodwell, 6 miles apart, but I'd never met this mythical Ryan Bestel. So they dumped me out of the van. And here he is standing next to a pickup with a six-pack, and he says, "Son, you know how to drive? You know, this is him. You know, this is Ryan Bestel." And truth be told, after that weekend, I hated the son of a. So that was so we started off with Austin with the first story, but the last rodeo story we had together, I was still riding, and he wasn't. But then a year before that, he called about a girl. I thought, oh Lord, you know, I don't get many phone calls from Ryan, and for it to be a girl, I thought, oh, this is another mythical creature. You know, I thought I met one already, the Ryan Bestel. I'm gonna make this Kassie. We pulled in the yard, and I told my wife Bailey, I said, you know, we're just talking the whole time like this. We know Ryan, but what is Kassie gonna be like? And it wasn't 5 minutes later, and this dang near ends our rodeo story, but he was painting Kabri's toenails on the front porch. So it went from being this hard ass, you know, that was just belittle a guy just for switching lanes or hitting the rumble bars when he was trying to sleep, you know, or had the AC on too high or the heat on too high, you know, to the point where he was painting Kabri's toenails right at the end. So it come a full circle, and that meant a lot to us, you know, because along a lot of those miles, we talked about our futures. And we both got to see each other's futures come full circle, you know, like he was the best man at my wedding, and here I am, best man at his wedding. So our friendship has been there through thick and thin. We're always a phone call away. So I'd like to congratulate he and Kassie and Kabri, and thank you for being a part of it. Do it.
Oh, kiss? Okay.
That's enough.
We were constantly pushing each other's buttons, and I found out specifically how many buttons you need to push before she will give you 12 stitches over a chocolate chip cookie. And to add insult to injury, after she split my chin open, she said, "Hey, don't tell Dad." Okay, I'll try not to. We may not have always gotten along, but I knew without a doubt that she'd have my back when I needed her to.
We ended up traveling together for it was 8 or 9 years. We slept in a van a lot of summers. The one rule I had, I'm kind of a tightwad, but I said we can't turn that van on, can't even idle. And we got, no matter what the elements are, we're gonna sleep in there and it's gonna shut off. And I think there's only 3 times that we turned that sucker on. It was underneath the overpass in Iowa, it was a blizzard. And another time was in Arkansas when it was real humid and sweaty and sticky, and after I rolled over and tried cuddling with him twice, he said, "Hey, you've got to cool off and you got to roll over, son." We went a lot of miles, a lot of memories. Won't take any of them back.
You want to hear a joke? I can't. So here's a joke. Appropriate.
Shut up! Well, you have a dress on.
Mr. and Mrs. Ryan and Nancy.